Hello, concluding off the final match day out in Germany in the Bundesliga. Match day 34. So many goals, so many different moments with teams fighting out for the Champions League, for the Europa League, different qualifying places, including the relegation playoff there, and banning in goals and players that's playing for their club for the final time as well too. So many different moments and so many different storylines to cover, and a few other comments and predictions from you guys as well too, and to see how we all got on for the final day there. So very good that managed to successfully restart. Germany was the first major country, or the first European country, to restart their football after the virus situation, and managed to go successfully to get the true results of where every club would be positioned. So it all started off with Union Berlin and Fortuna, 3-0 for Union Berlin, even though all these games were played at the same time. I'm just going by how it was all listed. So Uja, Getner and Abdali on the score sheet for them. Monchengladbach defeated Hertha Berlin 2-1. Hoffenheim and Mbolo for Gladbach, and Ebersevic scoring the consolation goal for Hertha Berlin. Bayern Munich 4-0 against Wolfsburg. Koln, Kunitz, Lewandowski and Müller scoring the goals there. So congratulations Bayern Munich, they were the title winners this season and ended up winning it by such a big margin in the end after what was a very tight season, and at one point they were down all the way down in 7th place at Christmas time. Seems like they were really struggling to make anything out of this campaign. Eintracht Frankfurt 3-2 winners against Paderborn. Woad, Silva and Dost on the score sheets before they let their guard down and let Paderborn in with Draper and Mitchell to set up a late fight-back that's proved in vain. Werder Bremen, sensational stuff against Koln, 6-1. Wow. Osako with a brace. It was Washaka scoring one, Fulquak, Klasigan and Sargent on the score sheet there on a very memorable day for them for all the right reasons. Freiburg 4-0 against Schalke. Lord Schmidt with 2. Schmid with 1 and Hola also scoring 1 as well. Bayer Leverkusen defeated Mainz 1-0. Voland scoring a goal in the 2nd minute. Dortmund lost at home against Hoffenheim 4-0. Wow, how the hell did they hit? And it was one guy with all 4 goals. It was Kvemich. So that really goes against the one of play there, considering we're all talking about Haaland was impressive for Dortmund, scoring 12 goals in 13 games or something like that since he just came in during the summer there and was scoring goals for fun and being referred to as a robot instead of a human. And finally, it was Leipzig winning 2-1 against Augsburg with Timo Werner with a brace, Vargas scoring for Augsburg. Alright, so these were the different situations that took place. Werder Bremen with that 6-1 victory against Cologne meant they made the relegation playoff, as they had to win their match and hoped that Fiorentina lost their game, and they did so as they lost 3-0 against the Union Berlin. So there's still hope for Werder Bremen to stay alive there this season, considering they are a very historic club in Germany. They won't want to go down to the 2nd division without a fight, and they'll get an opportunity to fight later on in this week as they take on Heidenheim from the 2nd division there, as they managed to finish in 3rd place and potentially could get promoted. It'll be a 2-legged playoff on the 3rd of July and the 7th of July, so have to wait and see, and I'll be sure to to some predictions for those matches there. So also there was Cambridge 4 goals against Hoffenheim against Dortmund. That was pretty insane. Always forgets how much drama and how many goals are actually scored in the final days there, even with the teams that don't necessarily have much to play for. Usually they might have different squad rotations given some other players a bit of game time, or the teams that do have something to fight for, all of a sudden they just somehow turn up right when it matters the most. Monchengladbach confirmed qualification to the Champions League there, as long as they got at least a draw, but they managed to defeat Hertha Berlin over Bayer Leverkusen. Was potential opponents that could have got their place instead. They got the win against Mainz, but ultimately it wasn't quite enough for them. Timo Werner managed to get 2 goals for his final appearance for Leipzig before he comes over to join at Chelsea, my club there, so we're welcome to have him, as he's been quite prolific in finding a goal there, and it sounded like he was going to go to Liverpool, which would have been pretty disastrous considering how amazing Liverpool squad is at the moment anyway, but came to his senses and put the club for the future, being Chelsea. Also, we had Bayern Munich scoring 100 goals this season. Managed to do so by scoring 4 against Wolfsburg. So they probably had that target in mind, and that managed to come through. Also was Lewandowski's 34th goal this season, the top goal scorer for the 5th time in the Bundesliga, and the 3rd time in a row. So Robert Lewandowski is one of the best players in the world for a reason. Okay, so now it's time to get to some of you guys' comments and also what you went for your score predictions. Carvin White's predicted Werder Bremen to go down and Fortuna to make the playoffs, so it was reversed the other way around. For Harrison Crane, there was quite a lot of details he got involved with, mentioning different notes for every match there, and he managed to get 8 correct results out of 9 games, so a round of applause to him. Only one he didn't get correct was Valentina against Union Berlin. If he went for Union Berlin to win, he would have got a perfect record. But either way, 8 and 9 is just unbelievable. Leipzig win over struggling Augsburg. They did so, but it was hard fought. He also mentioned Dortmund lose in a high scoring match, which was definitely correct. He went for a 3-2 result for Hoffenheim, but it was Cambridge on fire. On fire for Hoffenheim. He said about Frankfurt easy win against Paderborn. They did have a 3-0 lead. Would have been pretty easy, but they did let them back in there. Freiburg close encounter, but they ended up destroying Schalke 4-0. Mainz close Leverkusen and put them to bed in the 80th minute. Only took Leverkusen 2 minutes to open the scoring and remained closed for the whole match. Monchengladbach, comfortable win. Yes, it was. Easy goals, dominated. The Stats got a 2nd goal later and then lost the clean sheet right at the end. He also said about Valentina Union Berlin to be the only draw of the round. That was not correct. There was no draws this time round, only victories. And there was only one who got won in many ways, as there was 3-0 for Union Berlin. Don't see Koln even scoring. Surprised if they do against Werder Bremen. Okay, well, sure you probably won't be so surprised knowing that they scored only when they were 5-0 down. So, I mean, you know, that basically it's like in a match where they don't score necessarily. They were well and truly out of it. The result was already decided. But let me know if you were still surprised by that. And also Bayern Munich, why not something extravagant when he predicted 6-0 for them. And indeed it was pretty extravagant as they managed to score 4 goals, which got them to that special 100 goal mark. Alright, Carvin White got involved and put his predictions in. He only managed to get 3 correct out of 9, so pretty disastrous compared to what Harrison Crane was able to achieve. With Leipzig to win, Leverkusen to win, and Bayern Munich to win the matches was the only ones correct. He also mentioned that Amir Bielefeld and Hamburg made the Bundesliga, but it was Amir Bielefeld that definitely did because they finished in top spots. But it was Heidenheim that managed to make the playoff position, and Hamburg has missed that completely there, so we won't be seeing them, unfortunately. And how I got with my predictions, I managed to get 7 correct out of 9. Leipzig to win, Eintracht Frankfurt to win, Freiburg to win, Leverkusen, Gladbach, and Bayern Munich got the Fontaine against Union Berlin, and also the way to Bremen against Koln games incorrect there. So pretty good stuff, 7 out of 9, but not quite as good as Harrison Crane with 8 out of 9. So thank you guys for all getting involved there. Hopefully you watched this video, and if you did, thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and let me know if you want to see some more German content. Of course, got the promotion relegation playoff match still to come, and possibly could do a few other things before they all kick off again next season. Cheers.